All right, I know that I've been telling people I have not got money right now to just spend like I usually do. That's the truth. But I also have obligations. So if I have a subscription to something, I feel like I do need to go follow through with it. I didn't get much yesterday, but I did go down to my LDSC, my long distance comic shop, LDCS. That's how you say it. Long distance comic shop. I have 3 piles here. All right. So, yeah, I had a little bit of money I could spend, but I've got to be really pinching pennies for a while until some things in my life get settled with a certain family member that didn't plan ahead. And I guess I should tell you guys right now, make sure that if you have loved ones that are getting toward that twilight age, have them make sure they have planned ahead, because otherwise you're going to be biting some bullets you don't want to have to bite. All right, so let's get back to this. People don't want to get on here to watch me about every little thing. So we have 3 different piles here. This is new, well, sort of. This is prices that are marked, and then we got 2 dozen of the dollar comics that if you buy them, a dozen of them, they're $10. They're like 87 cents each, I guess. So let's go to the stuff over here first. I'm going to go to the far left because I do want to talk about this particular comic. When I was 10 years old, I was at Man Drugs at the mall, and I was like, wow, this cover caught my eye. The original cover, of course, for X-Men number 135. I'd never even heard of the X-Men. I heard of Avengers. I've heard of people that were in the Avengers. They had their own comics like Captain America, etc. But when I saw this cover, I was like, who is this team and who is she? She's so cool. She can actually reach out and crush the actual, name on the cover. I thought that was just impressive to me as a 10-year-old. I was just enamored by this cover. And this is what got me started reading X-Men, starting with this issue. And then I got a few back issues while I was at the flea market. And of course, all the way up to 1991, when I started feeling like they're just phoning it in at that point. And they were like, oh, we're just trying to make as much money as we can off of our X titles. And I was like, I'm done. Because I felt like they split out. Now, this and New Mutants were fantastic. When they started doing X-Force and X this and X that and whatever, I was just done. I did like X-Factor, too. That was another good one. All right, so this, I'm so glad that they finally got it. I wish they would have done a foil cover, because that's just cool. I don't know about you, but I like foil covers. But this is the most amazing cover. So I am so glad to have this. I already have a trade paperback with this on the cover. But just to have a facsimile would be something I needed. Now, I'd like to have the original, but I'm not willing to pay $50 for it. I got rid of mine a long time ago, unfortunately. I don't remember selling mine. I remember selling some X-Men from around that period when I was in college, but I don't remember selling that one. Here's another comic book that you'd rather pay $4.99 for instead of the full price of the original. It is number 48. They didn't make a full version of this that I'm aware of, or I asked her about it. She said, "Man, we didn't get it." I was like, all right. And so for $4.99, they're doing 2 Fantastic Four issues a month now. So I'm like, oh, great. My subscription just doubled. And of course, when I saw this, I was like, throw that in my box, please. So we got The Coming of Galactus. I think these are just going to be key issues. I don't think they're going to do like 48, 49, 50, 51, that kind of thing. I don't think they're just running 2 numbers parallel to each other. I don't know, though. You can tell me more than I can tell myself. And speaking of the good old foil covers, this is number 5, Meet Dr. Doom. So we're meeting Dr. Doom for the first time. With a turn of the dial, I shall destroy the 4 of you forever. Yeah, it is kind of hard to read these foil covers, but let's just be honest, foil's just cool. And it doesn't cost any more for the foils as far as I can discern. And then I didn't pick up, like I went there last month right before this came out, and I knew it was, but I think it was like something about spring break or something. I was like, oh, I don't want to be anywhere near the mall at that time, or down at the down in Myrtle Beach at that time. It was pretty crowded, not there, but on the roads yesterday, but not the end of the world. Terrible. Going down is easier than coming back, let me put it that way. And then we have Fantastic Four number 6. Oh, and thankfully I had an air conditioner. So Fantastic Four number 6 from the original. This is, of course, another facsimile. So even my new stuff is older than the other stuff. Isn't that weird? That's just me, though. So now we got Namor in Dr. Doom. I have got to start reading those. All right, so, and I don't even need these because I do have the DVD or CD or whatever it's called with 44 Years of the Fantastic Four, and it's an official product made by Mattel. What am I saying? Marvel from back in the day. So let's go to the next thing where these are more like I picked them for a particular reason. This one was $2.50. Now, if you're a subscriber, you get 25% off. So we'll do the math. I don't know. The reason I picked this one, number one, I didn't have it. Number two, I was like, oh my gosh, is that obelisk or asterisk? I'm like, okay, I've got to read this one now. It looks like it has asterisk or obelisk on the front cover. I think obelisk is the fat, big guy. I think asterisk is a smaller guy. He looks like asterisk. I'm like, this is too weird. I've got to read this. You know it's going to be, it's probably going to be a Mr. Mixoplix thing. I really want to get into reading Nova, and I don't have this issue. Look at that cover. I mean, the art from this era, it just really, I don't know what it is. I just really dig it. I really dig the 90s stuff. It's like they were really doing crazy stuff back then, and you could tell they had a lot of anime influence. So number, what is this? Number 8. I was about to say, because I did see number 10, and I had to put it back because I already had it at another place. So there we go. And then for $3.50, I don't have this one. I love Green Lantern, especially Volume 3. It's so much more fun, to be honestly. I liked Volume 2 when I was a kid, but for some reason, Volume 3 is fun to read. Volume 2 is like, oh, okay, you know? It was good. It's just that Volume 3 is more fun. It's like a lot of fun. They had a lot of fun with this. Nightblade. I don't know who that is, but he looks very interesting. He looks like one of the G.I. Joes I have in the Sigma 6. He looks kind of like a cross between Snake Eyes for his black suit and Spirit Iron Knife. He looks like those two guys meshed together. So yeah, definitely want to read this one. So for $3.50, I mean, it's a thickie, and it was $2.50 originally, so I don't feel like, plus 25% off, 3/4, so 75% off, so like $2.75, a little bit less. So here's one for $2.50, so like 2/4 is 50 cents, so it's less than $2. Probably like, yeah, I'm not doing all the math. A God Must Die. I needed it for my collection. Other than that, it's like, meh. I mean, the cover was not compelling. I almost put it back, but I was like, I do want every Green Lantern from Volume 3. And it's at this store, okay, so they got a lot of new stuff. And any of the stuff that I personally like is usually in the dollar bin. But after I'm finished going through the dollar bin, I was like, it's the same thing over and over again. I go through and I try to find stuff that's on my want list. Like I do want all the Green Lanterns from Volume 3. And I do want the Guardians of the Galaxy as well. So this is 3/4 off. That's easy. 75 cents off. So that's $2.25 for this particular issue. Charlie 27, Alone, Unarmed, in Prison. The Guardians of the Galaxy, from what I've read, is good. It's really a good read from this era. I don't know how to say it. Like the late 80s, early 90s, they started getting funny again. And that's what I like. I'm not sure how this one's going to be, if it's going to be funny or not. But from what I've read, it's interesting. It's almost like a twist on modern day heroes. And it's like the Legion of Superheroes, sort of. You know? Sort of. But not teenagers. They're just people in the future. All right, so now we're going to the ones that are 12 for $10. So I got Teen Titans. It's the new 52. I'm like, why not? I'm like, I don't know. I'm sure I'm going to hate it, but at the same time, yeah, it's intriguing. I've read the first 1 or 2 issues, and it wasn't terrible. There was a new girl that I've never heard of. Or they completely revamped her. It was Wonder Girl, basically. It was Cassie. She was totally different. Everything's totally different in this universe. So it's really interesting, but at the same time, do I really, really want to get into it? I don't know. New 52, sometimes they did some things that were good. Sometimes I was like, why? Why did you do that? We got Battlestar Galactica, Cylon Apocalypse. I love anything original Battlestar Galactica, even though this is really dynamite. The cover, now this is what's weird. The cover is definitely modern. I'm talking about the title. But when you open it up, I think this is the one that has Starbuck in it. Yeah, okay, so like there's Starbuck on the back. I think I opened up in the store and it was like, no, this is based on the originals. This is not based on the 2006 series. So it's not the girl Starbuck, it's the boy Starbuck. There's Boxy and the Daggett, and there's the... Yeah, so this is the good era for me. I love the original Battlestar Galactica series so much. And I don't know, I'll give it a chance for the new ones. Although I'll be like a mean old grandpa going, get on my lawn, I don't like you. So we'll see. I also like to pick up weird stuff. So in order to get the 12, it's like if you're going to get 10 for $10, you might as well throw in 2 freebies. Here's one of the ones that you might as well consider a freebie. Hero Alliance Wonder Color Comics. I don't know anything about it, but the cover looks pretty cool. You know, judge a book by its cover. Or not. I don't care. Hyperkind. I just looked at this cover. I said, kaiju. It looks like a freaking kaiju. I love lizard people, as you can tell from some of my previous videos. I just think lizard people look cool. I've got, ever since I was a kid with Rom, that guy in the background, I just really dig him. I think he's really cool looking. I don't know anything about this comic. I just know that cover looks really cool. I just couldn't leave it there. They all look pretty cool, but he just looks the coolest. He looks rad. This one was another one of those, you know, it's the photon effect. I don't know anything about it, but hey, might as well give it a chance. It's probably one of those 80s, indies from the 80s, like Aaron likes to watch, or read. Watch, what am I saying? Generation X. As we get up into issues, they had 2 others there, like 89 and 88 or something. I was like, meh, leave them. I did get number 50. It's a thickie. Look at that. It's definitely a thickie. It was originally, I bet it was originally $1 or more than $1. It was $2.99 originally. But yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about Generation X, War of the Mutants Part 1 and 2. So yeah, there we go. Here's one of the ones that I did grab, and then I was like, when I had to decide on what stays and what goes, 88 and 89 had to stay. I was like, no, not today. So 75 is probably one of the highest issue numbers I have. I don't know. I mean, I figured toward the end it probably fizzled out. This is a series I'm intrigued by. Ultimate Secret. I have number 1. So here's number 4. So I just need to fill that out. I think I have number 1. I know I have another one of it. But I do enjoy Ultimate X-Men. I've heard a lot of good things about Ultimate Fantastic Four. But Ultimate Secret? Yeah, I don't know. It's Ultimate Comics. Speaking of Ultimates, we have Ultimate FF, not Fantastic Four, FF, Future Foundation, I'm guessing. I'm not sure who these people are. That looks like Machine Man, definitely. Yeah, I don't know anything about what's going on with this cover, but it's FF. So I definitely am intrigued. This is number 2. So it's only FF I can find in there. Let me know in the comments if it's any good. Squadron Supreme. Okay, well, I know this is probably, it's not the series that I have. I found out because actually right after I got finished, I went outside and just sat at one of the little chairs outside and scanned all my stuff in, except one comic didn't scan in. I'll tell you about that in a minute. This is not from the series that I already did read, and I thought, okay, I'll give it a chance. And I was like, it wasn't bad. It really wasn't for a modern comic. So I was like, yeah, well, we'll maybe give this one a chance too. This one's number 2. Eagle. I really think this is interesting looking at it. The alien looking guy looks cool. He's got a sword, which is always cool. It looks very anime looking. I bet this is the indies from the 80s, and I bet it's black and white. So I bet Aaron's probably like licking his lips at some of these things. I don't know, Aaron, if you're watching this, have you read this one? Oh, it's also a wraparound cover, which was very popular back in the 80s. Oh, it's not a wraparound, sorry. It's just 2 different, you know. Yeah, it's black and white. But yeah. Smell those insides. So I don't know, maybe it's the 80s from the, yep, it's a 1987, so it's indies from the 80s. So Aaron, if you're watching this, let me know if you've read this one. Yeah, you're the big indies from the 80s person that I know about. I didn't really think of them as being indies from the 80s, but I liked Robotech, and I had a bunch of the, after they stopped making the Macross, basically the cartoon version, started making like Sentinels and some of those. I was still reading that in the 90s. I can't believe this. I've almost got all of the Superboy comics. Of course, I'll probably never get number 9. But Superboy and the DN Angels. Are these real? It reminds me of some kind of cartoon that used to be on that was like, I swear this is based on the cartoon right here. These 3 girls, I don't think they were called DN Angels. It was something very like, I think it was Spy Girls or Spy something. It was back in the mid 2000s, somewhere around then. There was like Spy Girls or Spy something. I remember now. They were, I don't remember what the name of it was, but I remember there were 3 girls. Yeah, there were 3 girls. They were spies, more cartoony than this. And misadventures in babysitting. Yeah, I don't know, but I do like Superboy from that era. And again, I'm trying to get all the Teen Titans and Adult Titans and then Team Titans comics together and read them. So here's another Team Titans. It's the number 1, and you're like, well, don't you have number 1? Yes, but there's like 6 different versions of it. There's a little bit of difference in each one of them. So the very beginning has kilowatt or whatever. Yeah, kilowatt in it. And so that one's different from the ones I already have. Hex. What the hex are we talking about here? It looks like he's not really, he's a Day of the Cyborg. Makes me wonder about this whole thing. I definitely want to finally read through this one. I read these when I was a kid. I thought they were awesome. I can't remember much about them. I can't even remember, is he in the future or is he in space? Like, did some aliens take him or did he go into the future? I can't remember which one it is. But I'm pretty darn close to getting all of them. There's only like 17 of these things. So this is number 9. And it makes me wonder if he's either one of those. Maybe in this issue we find out, oh, he's neither one. He's actually got the memories of Hex somehow or another, but he's a robot, kind of like Westworld, which kind of makes sense because Westworld was pretty popular in the early 70s, then kind of revived when VHS tapes came out, because that's when I first got to see it, was a VHS tape. I thought, cool, cowboys, robots, cool. And then I got another one, number 3. So I'm definitely closing in on those 17 issues. And I hope I mean, they always have something Hex when I go there, and I always find another one I need. The Lotus Eaters. We know what that's talking about. All right. Hawk and Dove is another comic that I think the Graven was praising. So I was like, all right, I'll give it a chance. And okay, so I'll definitely want all of them. It's an interesting odd couple, I guess you can say, where they're 2 people that love each other, but opposites definitely attracted in this situation. I'm not sure what's going on with this cover, but yeah, I mean, it's an issue I need. And then Guardians of the Galaxy, I got number 10. So that's nice. For just 87 cents or whatever. All right, the kid gloves are off. World of Mutants. So that's why I put that number 10 at another place. The World of Mutants Part 203. All right, so we got number 6. And To the Victor, the Shield. Featuring the unparalleled villainy of Force. So we got Guardians of the Galaxy number 6. So yeah, I definitely would like to get them all, but I don't think I can get all the Guardians of the Galaxy. Should I start reading them or should I just wait? I'm amazed I keep finding Firestorm the Nuclear Man that I don't have. So we got number 12. This was back in the 60-cent era. I definitely remember, these are on like 1,000 different covers of him. So we got the Hyenas. Face it, kid. 2 hyenas are deadlier than one. So we got number 12 and 11. And look at this. I swear, wait a minute. Hold on. Did I accidentally buy this one? Because I swear I put this one back. Because I swear I have number 8 already. Oh, well. Not going to worry about too much at this point. If it's one of those things where you feel like you own something you're not sure. And I know Firebrand's going to suck. But I kind of am intrigued. So I got 4 and 5 from Firebrand. Now here comes the piece, the resistance. No, it's just this is not in the CLZ app. It is actually not even that. I don't even know. It says 252.com. Dan at 252.com. Danny Taylor, owner of 252. So I don't know if he's the creator of this comic or why this is in here. It looks like Ocean Waves. It's actually North Carolina. Corolla. It must be up north because I don't know Corolla. But I'm wondering if that card came with the comic and it's one of those more local comics, which I definitely dig. This is a comic. Oh man, it's got some breakage on the spine. Whew, bad time. But it's a 2-headed shark dude, which is cool. I like sharks. I actually have an action figure. I'm looking up to see if it's. I need to get this stuff and start organizing it. He's actually right there, but you can only see his tail. I actually got a shark figure that looks a lot like that. Yep, there we go. See, 252.com. So here's a little intriguing thing. Cape Hatteras, North Carolina. Okay, I know where that is. Definitely. Hey, Jeanette, what's over there? Looks like sharks. OMG. Grr. He bites the arm off of the girl. And it takes her, Tanner, help me. OMG, Jeanette. S word. I better get out of there. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Of course, Mayday is French for help me, help me, help me. A day, me, a day, helping me. It's 2 days later at the Outer Banks, North Carolina. So yeah, this is really cool. Oh, there's drones involved. How old is this comic? It's like there's no indicia at the front. 252 Legendary Tales, Outer Banks, North Carolina. Yeah, this makes it super. Oh, look at that. That's really awesome. I should make a video on this right away. It doesn't have that many words in it. I don't see a year anywhere. I don't see any indicia. Maybe it's the second page. You know how that happens sometimes. No. Nope. 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 Yeah, there's not many words in here, so I can probably make a read-through of this thing really quick. Of course, I'm not going to say a lot of the curse words because I don't do that. Goody two, goody two, goody goody. Oh, it's to be continued. So I have somebody out there's got number 2. This is number 1 by Taylor Comics, I guess. So there's no year on it. Let me look at the front. Scanning. Don't see one. Nothing on the back. I have absolutely no clue what year this is. But it's cool that I got something that you don't got. I got something you don't got because it's local. Yeah, that's pretty rad. All right, so that was the interesting find. I'm glad I did grab it. I'm glad I got an eye for weird stuff sometimes, All right, so what was your favorite comic book out of these? My favorite surprise is, of course, that one. I got so many good ones there, though, especially the X-Men. I just love that cover. Okay, sorry, it's so dark because we have so much rain happening. So y'all have a great day. And just let me know again which one's your favorite, and which one should I start reading first. Definitely this one. I don't want to get it done. I'm so close to closing in on those Hex comics, man. This one's also interesting. So we got an 80s. What is it called? Something of the 80s. Something. Generation X. If you like Generation X, let me know. If you've read any of these really weird indie comics like this one might be an indie of the 80s. But I'm not going to belay anymore because after about 10 minutes, my computer took all night last night. I had a video uploading that was only like 10 minutes long. About an hour later, it was only 11% uploaded. I'm like, I'm going to bed. And I woke up thinking, oh, it's going to be done. 97%. I'm like, you're kidding me. It's only done 97% while I was asleep. Something is weird going on with the internet. I don't know what's going on. But to be that slow is ridiculous. So if I make this video any longer, it's never going to upload. Shut up. Shut up, Scott. Shut up. All right. See y'all later. Bye.